Welcome, everybody, to Miami Hurricanes versus South Florida Bulls football preview for the first time ever in this channel. Um, so it's between South Florida versus the true South Florida. Their name is South Florida Bulls, but yet the university resides in Tampa, in the Tampa metro area, which is actually in, the West Coast, in West Florida, West Central Florida. Nowhere near in the geography speaking South Florida, because that title belongs to three colleges in FBS or in the Big Power Five. You got the Miami Hurricanes, you got the FIU Panthers, which is also Miami school, and even you got Florida Atlantic University, FAU, which, from my knowledge, FAU is going to be playing USF next season and in the season after that. I think. But either way, we're not talking about FAU. We're talking about our team going up against USF. USF, we're going to talk about them first because they are the home team. Which they have interesting. It's pretty interesting because they actually started the season off fairly decent. So they're 2-1. The Hurricanes are 3-0. The first game is against Bethune-Cookman, which is a team that I talked about a couple of times in this channel. Bethune-Cookman is a Daytona Beach school. They came into Tampa, and then South Florida Bulls. They beat them 48-3. And then they were talking about a massive upset between USF versus Alabama. Well, Alabama didn't have too much problems against USF, so that was their first L. No shame in losing to Alabama. And then they wiped the floor against Southern Miss in week 3. For Hurricanes, we already talked about those games. We beaten the Florida Gators, which is an SEC school, one of the top power conferences in America. And then we beaten Florida A&M, another Florida school, which is North Florida, Tallahassee area, and then we completely decimated Ball State 62-0. So this game is going to be on ESPN at 7 o'clock tomorrow Eastern time. And boy, I cannot wait. I always love watching Battle of Florida matchups between Miami or other schools. It's so fun to watch. That's kind of why FL Teams is created. For not only covering all the teams, including collegiate sports, but to have exciting matchups like this. In terms of head-to-head record against each other, Miami Hurricanes are 5-1 in the series alone, including wins in each of the past 3 games in 2013. Which was in 2013 they beat them 49-21, 2012 40-9, and 2011 6-3. The only time USF has ever beaten the Hurricanes was back in 2010. Which was a close loss, if you ask me, a close loss with that game. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. I got it all from the USF, from the South Florida Bulls website. Our first matchup ever against the Bulls was back in 2005. Where it was a home game for the Hurricanes, and the Hurricanes had no problem beating them 27-7. That was October 1st, 2005. Our second meeting against them was in November 28th, 2009. It was in Tampa, and we beat them 31-10 in Tampa. 2010, which was a bad loss for the Hurricanes. That's their only time they have beaten us, 23-20, and that was in Miami. Then the next year, 2011, like I just said, it was mainly It was just a field goal matchup, and it all came down to the final field goal for the Hurricanes in the fourth quarter, and they beat them 6-3, and that was in Tampa. So pretty boring game. Pretty boring game that happens. The year after, like I just said, 2012, November 17th, the day after my birthday, we have beaten them at home 40-9. That game was not even close. And then up in 2013, which was our most recent game until tomorrow, we go to Tampa and we beat them 49-21. So 3 straight wins, and tomorrow is going to be the showcase for both Florida schools. USF is looking for a massive upset. It is a Miami hate week for them. All I see on X is USF Bulls, shitting on the Hurricanes, saying that we don't play in the on-campus stadium. Well, first off, they don't even play on-camp. They don't have an on-campus stadium either. But the difference between them and us is that they at least have a plan for it. We don't have a plan for it. They want to talk about how many natties that we won. First off, the only time USF has only won, anything, was a division title in 2016. The bowl record, is 7-4, but they don't have much. They don't have any natties either. They don't have natties. They don't have a single national championship, but yet the Hurricanes have 5. What does that tell you? But you gotta have to improve the backup. And then they want to talk about the attendance. They want to talk about the attendance for the Hurricanes games. First off, the attendance there is not that good either. It's as simple as that. But anyway, let's get the shit talking after. But for all I know, Miami could have a really good game, or it could be a trap game. And USF could take advantage of the fact that it could be a trap game for us. Because USF is clearly capable of producing good points. We cannot fall for any of it. Cam Ward should still play his best game and continue to be a good quarterback. And then, good blocking. Cristobal should have a plan because USF is probably going to have a plan. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Should be very exciting. I cannot wait for it. And yeah, folks, so that's going to do it for this preview. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for our content, because Miami TVG guys are back. And when he does, he'll be right there with you for your entertainment you deserve. This is Miami TVG. Sign out, folks. Let's go you. Good night, everybody.